What's going on, people? Welcome back to our opposition preview. We're here, of course, second leg, Real Madrid versus Arsenal at the Bernabeu. And I'm smiling. We're 3-0 up. We've got Doris back with us again. Doris,
Uh,
welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you back. I know you'd probably think under different circumstances with the result coming in 3-0 to Arsenal right now. But apart from your club, how you been keeping? How you feeling as well?
Apart from the club, I've been awesome, never better. But the club part is the part we're here to talk about. And last time we were both very reserved with our opinions and what's gonna happen. And I wouldn't say that we were very far away from what happened. What happened with Rice was kind of an anomaly. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. But if you look at the result that we predicted would happen, was just like a one goal from each side, maybe. But
Yeah.
then Declan, really pulled something out, and good for him because those two goals were like just wonderful. Like there's nothing to say about the goals. Each goal was just perfect.
Yeah,
So well done,
100%.
guys. Well done. There's
Oh,
nothing to
respect.
say to that. Like just well done.
That's respect right there. And listen, I mean, especially, I mean, the 3-0, I would have been happy with just 1-0. Yeah, but to sort
Hmm.
of two to get three going, that's why I said, we need something. We get the win in the Emirates. We need something to take it back to your stadium because we know how hostile your stadium, and we'll talk more all about that today as
Hmm.
well. Make sure you guys, if you haven't already, you guys should have done it from the last preview, but you'll find Let's Be Real in the title. Make sure you go over there and drop them a sub if you haven't already. But let's start going back to the first leg. 3-0 to Arsenal. Nobody. I mean, I I knew we'd put up a good performance, but a 3-0 win. What went wrong for you? Was it? I mean, and we spoke about it before the game as well. Your weaknesses this season. Um, but for you, what do you put it down to? And I know you said with the Declan Rice moment of brilliance. I mean, no goalkeeper saving that. And I actually thought Quarter had a
No.
fantastic game. I thought he was, made some good saves for you guys,
Hmm.
and he's a top class goalkeeper. But
Yep.
what went wrong for you in that first leg? Would you say?
Many things went wrong. I feel like almost everything that we said was a problem got exploited by you guys, because none of it is really a secret. It's very obvious where our problems lay, and if you just looked at our backline, like who we played, I'm fine with Rudiger and Asensio. They do a wonderful job, with the position that we're in right now, in the situation that we're in right now. But the rest was Alaba, who's had terrible games recently. Ancelotti chose Alaba to play there. I talked about it last time. The Alaba that we have right now is not what we had when Benzema was here, for example, because Benzema was someone that could have, used what Alaba had. Right now, we have no one to take advantage what Alaba offers, and it was the wrong choice when everyone that saw Alaba in the starting 11 just did, all right, it's over for us. This is it. This is it. And it got exploited in every single way. Also, on the other side, we have Valverde, who's not a right back. He is not a right back, So that was like the first thing that got exploited. And the thing that I talked about last time, the whole thing, our backline being so bad this season, like the situation is so bad, which pushes our midfield to play deeper. It puts everyone to play deeper. We constantly need to recover the ball and recover some ground and recover, like we constantly need to recover space, that we keep losing by going back and back and back and back and back. So all of that got exploited by Arsenal, and I would just say that you guys had like a perfectly prepared game. Ancelotti didn't at all.
Yeah, very, very true. Even when I was looking at the lineup, and I was feeling confident because, as you rightly say, you play. I mean, Valverde is top class as a player, rating very highly, but he needs to be in the midfield for
Hmm.
you guys. Playing him at right back against the likes of Gabriel Martinelli, who we had, and then you had Alaba on the other side, where you had Saka. That's what we looked in the game. I think we can definitely
That was
exploit.
always gonna be
Always going to
over for
happen.
us. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was always gonna be over for us.
yeah,
But
no,
especially with the combination of them two, it's
yeah,
one or
yeah,
the
for
other
sure.
maybe.
For sure, but I mean, even the first 40 seconds when was it Mbappe who was through on goal
Hmm. Hmm.
from Kivior? You score that goal, maybe a different game. You never
Yeah,
know.
could
But
be.
it,
Honestly, I mean that's football. You never know. Like whenever it happens, Declan Rice, you never know. Anything can happen in a football game. And I think when he scored that, I honestly felt like all players just did like, okay, I don't think we have it in us this year, because
yeah,
I don't think any of our players feel confident in each other this season.
yeah,
And there's been a lot of like, some players, screwing up, fucking up a little bit,
mm,
and just everyone doing the again, and then like the face Jude makes when he has to run back yet again because
yeah,
Vinicius fucked up, because he's trying to pass five players, and just it's been like that, most of the season. And if anyone here has watched my watch along from the Arsenal game, you probably saw a lot of this, and just looking at the ground and just thinking about my choices in life, how I got here.
yeah. I mean, just approaching the game in that first leg. You guys played the 4-4-2. You played Bellingham more towards the left hand side. And is that the first time you played the formation 4-4-2 this season as well?
No, no, it's not the first time, but I don't think the formation was the wrong thing to do by any means. I think it was the right thing to do, especially with Arsenal, like who we're playing.
Yeah,
I feel like 4-3-3 would have been, pretty much over for us, and I feel like we'd still play the 4-3-3 in a way most of the game because Rodrigo, he was still winging it, on the right there.
yeah,
He
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
that much of a midfielder. I feel like it could seem that way by how deep we had to play, which was always going to happen, like I said, with the back line and everyone else being forced to recover and help.
yeah.
It was
No,
over for us before the game even started. And, like, I wasn't even confident that we would score more than one goal,
yeah.
even one.
Yeah, I mean, for us, when Declan Rice had the two free kicks, right? Never in these Arsenal careers he ever taken a free kick before. So that you can tell how much that surprised every single Arsenal fan in the stadium, everyone watching it as well. Nobody knew Rice had that in his locker. It was always Odegaard taking it, and he'd always
Hmm.
and last time Arsenal scored a free kick was 2021, by the way, like from a direct free kick. And
Really?
then Rice stepped up, and then two moments of absolute brilliance. And as I said, Courtois, no goalkeeper, and Courtois is one of the best in the world in my opinion.
Hmm.
I'm sure you guys could say the same. What a goalkeeper! He's no one's gonna save those free kicks. He had it perfect. He had them absolutely
Yeah.
perfect as well. And that's what we needed was a bit of luck, a bit of moment of brilliance, and then obviously that third goal from Mikel Marino again, that first touch finish from him, absolutely brilliant. The run from Lewis
There's
Skelly.
nothing you can
So
say to that. Honestly.
exactly. But we're 3 goals up right now, which is absolutely mind baffling. We did not expect 3 goals. As I said, I'd be happy with a one goal. But I mean, you have a special phrase, don't you, in Spain where you say the comeback. It's
Hmm.
I don't know how you say it, but
Hasta el final. It's basically means every game is a final. You always
oh,
play like
okay,
it's your last game, like you're about to win the title. Like you do
okay,
not give up. You never give up.
yeah.
Basically.
So what's the confidence levels feeling like? Because in terms of Real Madrid in the history never turned over a 3 goal league, have they? Never in terms of being 3 goals down, they've never turned it around. But it has been done by other teams. I remember Liverpool did it to Barcelona, the 4-0. PSG, the Barca did it to PSG when they're 4-0 down as well. So it has been done in the Champions League. But what's the confidence levels? Do you think you guys have what it takes to come back? In this because you guys are going to need 3 goals for extra time and four to win in normal time
We did come back from a 3-0 against Chelsea.
in Champions League.
Yeah, against Chelsea.
Oh, there we go then. There we go.
Yeah, 2022 again
You
at the
guys were 3-0 down,
Bernabeu.
yeah?
Yeah, we will 3-0 down at, I don't know, like the 80 something minute, and then Modric
Yeah.
produced one of the best assists I've ever seen in my life with the
Oh, I
Trivela,
remember
like
now. There we go.
like
You've done it.
perfect, to Rodrigo with just a boop. One of the best goals I've
Yes.
seen.
Yes. There we go then. I stand
So
corrected,
it's
people. They have.
yeah, it has happened before.
So do
But
you
look,
do you think you do it
I'm not
again?
very confident. I'm not very confident.
No.
I'm not very confident. I was confident that time, but this season is just, I wasn't confident before the previous game. I'm
Yeah,
less confident. Like I'm not confident like at all this game, because I think everything got erased. Any kind of confidence, I hope, with the Rice's second goal. I was just like, okay, this isn't a year. This isn't it. This isn't it. Usually it's us that does stuff like that. Someone did it
yeah,
to us. This isn't it. Not it.
yeah. No, it's fair enough. I look at it. I think you have it all to do. You need to score three to get the extra time, and for Arsenal don't concede too many goals. We can lose games, we can draw games, but the last time we conceded more than three goals was when we played Luton Town, which was last year, 500 days ago to be
Yeah,
exact. People was the
I saw
last
that
time.
stuff,
Yeah, the
and
last
I'm
time we
not
conceded
thrilled.
three goals. Yeah, that
I'm
don't
not
help you
thrilled.
guys get into this game, does it?
Even if we score 3 goals, I do not trust my defense that they won't leak at least
Mm,
one. Like they probably leak two at least. I would say next game. I don't think we're gonna be doing much. If any, I think the best result we can pull is like about like a 2-2. But there's still 2 goals to you. Even if you
exactly.
do like pull like 2 or 3 goals, there's no chance that you guys are not scoring a goal.
But you've always been as a team like Real Madrid, like you always have doubt in not your fans, but people have doubt about you guys. Are that they won't come back. Like the Man City game we spoke about in the first leg, that 1% chance you guys came back. So definitely, like that's why a lot of people, us fans are saying. I mean, and we're fully confident, rightly so. We just beat you 3-0, yeah. So we're
Mhm.
fully confident we can go to the Bernabeu, kind of repeat history like we did in '06 with the 1-0 on re sort of thing. That's what we hope. I mean, but even if you guys beat us 1-0, 2-0, if we go
Yeah,
through overall, it all that matters. But
we're
in
still going.
terms of yeah, in terms of you guys, we're not gonna. Myself, I'm not gonna write you off like it's done completely because I've seen
Never,
crazy things
never.
happen with you guys. You know what I'm saying? You're Real Madrid 15 times. You got 15 times on a logo for a reason of the competition. You know what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say? So I can never
just a
write you
little
guys.
flex, just.
Yeah, you got to flex it, man. We never won it, and there's them with 15 of them people. It's mad.
Mhm.
But
Look,
yeah, like
I cannot be mad about the game, and my opposition played the perfect game. There's no one to be mad there. A lot of people were putting blame on Ancelotti for the game, and I'm 100%, sure that he deserves some blame on that. It
yeah,
was his choice to play Alaba there. It was his choice to play
yeah,
the formation that we did, the players that we did, and to go play Arsenal. Like tactics and strategy being one of your main things, especially in this era right
yeah,
now, and to go and meet them with absolutely zero tactics, zero strategy, zero ideas what you're gonna do, and it's not enough to keep playing. Just chuck it to Vinny or Jordan. They'll do their thing. That's not enough, especially this season when you need to recover. For so many other things that we didn't have to do before. Because our defense was all right.
yeah.
Since Ramos left, I've never said it's like the best in the world. Because Ramos is still,
Of
Ramos.
course, the veteran.
But we weren't, we weren't this bad. So I'm confident in Mbappe and Vinicius.
Mm,
Rodrigo, Rodrigo has buried us out of so
he
many
has,
things,
he has
especially
so
in the
many times.
Champions League. Like he loves the Champions League.
Mm.
But probably it won't be enough unless we get a like a Ballon d'Or Vinicius again or something.
Yeah, yeah. I've been seeing though. I've been hearing some rumors going around in training that Jude, Rudiger, they're having a bit of they had to be separated from each other. I saw on your match against Alaves, Mbappe got a red card.
Hmm.
There's big pressure. I think for you guys going into this game. I know your fans are organizing something before the game. I know that how hostile it's going to be will be unbelievable. That's the thing that I sort of is one of my concerns going into the game is your atmosphere. Like the
Hmm.
Bernabeu thing, what is it, 85,000? You guys got capacity, right? Unbelievable, a massive stadium.
81
As
usually.
81, yeah, it's still unbelievable, massive stadium. If you guys get an early goal as well, the
Hmm.
roar and the lift that will give you, the
Oh
belief that will
yeah,
give
oh
you.
yeah.
But on the
Oh,
flip side, what if we get an early goal, 4-0 on aggregate?
I feel like the Bernabeu would just go silent for the rest of the
Yeah,
game. Not even whistling, just silent.
yeah,
I feel like that will be probably what we see. But the atmosphere is something that I'm counting on, and like you said, like the first goal, if it happens, game's back on because we've recovered from two goals, before.
yeah.
To
You guys
me,
have.
when it happens so early in the game, you can like sort of forget, that it was 3-0. You can like like get the confidence back. There's just two goals. Like we've done that before so many times. I have hope, but I'm not confident. That's the biggest thing.
Was you surprised how good Arsenal were in the first leg?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially with opinions from other people, because I don't primarily watch the Premier League, so a lot of the things that I know are from other people and the way they speak and the media and everything, so you get like a different opinion, than when you like actually come and see it. And the best test, for some team is when they play against your team, because your team the best,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
you see how they're gonna play, and I said it the last time, like we haven't played each other in a long time, so we don't know each other how we're gonna play, I think Arteta know every single exploit that's available for us, but Ancelotti wasn't the one that was prepared. It kind of seemed like he was listening to me or someone, like he had no knowledge of what makes Arsenal right now.
Yeah.
And like the biggest mistakes you could make against you guys, we made them.
Yeah.
Like that comes to me as like a completely unprepared. Like you should get an F on your exam. Like you don't know a single answer to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely, definitely. Looking ahead, obviously to team wise, I know Camavinga got sent off as well, and he was suspended anyway. I think he got a yellow card, so he would have missed it anyway. But so he'll
Yeah.
be missing the game. But I understand you guys have Tushimeni back. He'll be playing the game. But
Hmm.
what is the lineup looking like? Will it be Valverde back at right back, or will it be someone like Vasquez? Like, what overall team do you think Ancelotti will go with?
Ancelotti is a stubborn man, like a
Yeah,
very stubborn man. I would not be surprised if he brought the same guys back, like just as because that's him. Like I've seen him done it before. Like he's done that before. He would play the same shit team he's played again, to prove a point that they're not shit, kind of, you know.
yeah,
So it's I feel like this time is harder to predict because last time I predicted it pretty much perfectly besides Alaba, but
yeah,
I also said that it's an option to put Alaba there, that I would see Angelotti do it because he's done it before, but this time I don't expect Angelotti to do a lot of difference because he that's him. Like I know him. I know him,
yeah,
The only difference now is that Chouameni will definitely be taking the spot of Kamavinga as a DM, which might open spot in the midfield for Valverde. It might not, because I would still rather have Valverde than Vasquez playing as a
yeah.
right back. Like
Is
even
Vasquez that
though,
bad then? Is he that bad?
look, he was never good. That's the thing. But he's our Lucas Vasquez. We love him still.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Like he's been there for for everything, and he accepted the role that he has. He never complained. He's just a great guy, and everyone loves him,
Yeah,
And usually when we play the vibes strategy, it worked, But right now the vibes are not happening. The atmosphere is not great, There's so many things going wrong. So plus Vasquez having a terrible season this time, and he's aging. He's getting slower. He was never fast in the first place, But like getting slower from that, like, it would just be a horrible choice. And I don't know if we've ever missed Carvajal this much, especially with the form that
somehow,
he was
yeah,
in. He was in amazing form. Just
yeah,
came from winning Euros and everything, and the
yeah,
Champions League. Like he won everything last year.
yeah,
He was in perfect form, and then boom, gets injured.
yeah, yeah, 100%. And what about? I've been hearing Ceballos, like he at Arsenal as well, ex-player. Could he maybe get a start for you guys in the midfield?
Yeah, so he came back from injury. I'm hoping because he was as well in probably the best form he's been in
Yeah,
Madrid ever. And I was not a fan of Dani Ceballos because I hold a grudge for many things he's done at the clubs, the fuck ups that he's had, the Champions League final against Liverpool, the
yeah,
chance that he had to mess it up like that. Like I never forgave him from that for that. And then he kept going, being in not great form, not the standard that everyone else was at the time, and he stepped it up this season, just like Carvajal got injured, and we're back here. So look, if we had at least this much of our team back, I would have some hope, if we had Ceballos or Carvajal, but
yeah.
none of them are sure to be, playing, especially Carvajal. He is training from what I've seen, but like his leg is like this currently.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. It's a shame. I mean, as you said, Carvajal was unbelievable last season and the experience that he's got. I rate him so
Scored in the
highly as a
final as
player.
well.
Scored in the final, yeah, last season, of course. Euros, he was unstoppable for Spain. So,
Also scored in
yeah.
the final for Euros, right? Or
I
am
think
I
he,
mistaken?
I think he might have got the first goal. I can't. Yeah, he might have got the first goal for Spain. I can't
I feel like
remember.
he did
He scored
something.
against Croatia though in the 3-0.
Can you not? Fucking come on.
That was
That
on
was
purpose. I'm
that
sorry.
came
That
out
was
of
on
nowhere.
purpose.
That came out of nowhere. I'm catching strays now. Damn.
I mean that one was on purpose. That plan.
That trust me, it broke my heart. It broke my heart
Yeah,
when that
yeah.
happened.
But nah, he's a very, very key player to be missing for sure. But and then yeah, it'd be the same front three, I presume. Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo, right?
For
Yeah,
sorry, for what?
for your team, lineup overall.
Oh yeah, I think that's a done deal already. We already know that it's really Mbappe and Rodrigo. We might see some Brahim come on later, but I think we might be in such a desperate spot that he might like bring on Endrick or something, like be like, do your thing, kid. If it happens, it happens, and also a little bit to like get the blame off of the other players. I, w- I,
Yeah,
w- I wouldn't I wouldn't put it past him,
yeah,
especially
yeah.
for like to save on Vinicius or Rodrigo or someone with Rahim and the criticism they will probably get if they don't do anything.
Yeah, 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 definitely. So overall, let's get to the prediction. How do you see the game going overall? And are you saying you're gonna come back?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm saying we're gonna come back.
There we go. Make sure you clip it, guys.
Yeah, we're winning 4-0. We're winning 4-0. Um, I don't know. I think, look at it. I will say the best possible scenario that can happen for Madrid would be like a 3-1. That's still one goal for you, and
You
I
go
still
out,
think
yeah.
that you guys will be going. Like even if we like pull some magic to get the 3 goals, I don't think it will be enough because I just don't see a universe where we don't leak at least a goal. And that's gonna be 4 goals that we need to score and just making it harder and harder and harder. So yeah,
So
I'll say best case scenario is a 3-1, and that's like me being, hopeful, and
yeah.
it's called delusion actually.
I think you guys beat us, but as you said, you don't get enough. You don't
Hmm.
get. You need a lot, and as you said, you need to keep a clean sheet as well. Which
Yep.
as much as our attack, we got Marino out front. He still managed to score against you guys in the first leg, and he's still doing his thing up front. So, and Saka, as we know, is back, and he's been playing
Hmm.
well. So we can definitely get a goal. I mean, and if you give us a free kick, just know about Declan Rice this time. Just
Yeah,
make sure you
I
like.
don't think Thibaut is taking any chances. So that there was an interview after the
Yeah,
game. They asked Thibaut like what he thought about the free kicks, because goddamn, he said like I couldn't do anything about the second one, but like I'm unhappy with myself for not thinking of going that wide. He thought that he could catch it, but that he made a mistake by not going.
Yeah.
He thought that like he physically
Mm,
could, but didn't. And he's
yeah.
blaming himself for the first goal. But I just think it was still a perfect goal.
Just perfect, weren't it? Both of them just absolute perfect. Yeah, it's
The
spot on.
second one was just,
Oh,
but the first one looked better to me.
yeah.
Just the-
Just the cut
you
and
know,
everything on that.
yeah.
And your boy Roberto Carlos was watching the game as well. I don't know if you saw he
Hmm.
was there, he was watching.
I saw it.
Roberto Carlos-esque for me, that is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I think you'll beat us maybe 2-1. But it's, it won't be enough. Just quickly, I wanted to ask. You only have, in terms of trophies this season, La Liga is still maybe Barcelona's like
I mean, we are 4 points
you're 4 points
from
behind,
first
yeah.
place. Like anything can
Do,
happen,
do
but
you have to
again,
play
I'm not.
Barcelona again, by the way?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. So if you beat them, you never know. You never know.
You never know, but that still means that they need to make another mistake.
It's true. Yeah, very, very true. But then you got, is it Copa del Rey final
But
against
like,
them as
there's
well?
7 games left. So I
Yeah,
doubt, that they will lose 2 or draw 2. Out of the last 7.
yeah,
I'm very doubtful. We do have Copa del Rey that's left. We're playing them in the final.
yeah.
Also, not very confident, especially with the first, final that we lost to Barcelona this season with the
Super
Super
Copa,
Copa.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
5-2.
Yeah,
That
that was
was nice.
bad.
Yeah, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful game, great game. Mm,
Uh, uh,
mm.
if you win no trophies this season, I'm trying to remember a season you guys have gone trophyless. You not won a trophy. When was the last time? I'm struggling to remember. It must have been a long time ago, no? I'm used to
No,
you
it
guys
was
winning every single season.
almost every single season. It's been a while, but I have to say, you asked me last time if I think that Ancelotti is gonna stay if he
Yeah.
doesn't win anything. He answered that question after the game. He very confidently say, "I have 1 more year on my contract and I'm not going anywhere." So we can say
Wow.
whatever we want. It seems that Ancelotti is not going anywhere,
You
so
won't go
he's
anywhere.
here
That's
next season.
interesting. A, a lot of Real fans I've been seeing online, they can't stand Ancelotti. They say
Hmm.
they want him gone. But look what he's done for you, man. Like he's won you Champions Leagues. He's got the
Yes,
most. It's crazy
yes,
the amount
I
of things he's done.
absolutely. And I was always Ancelotti, 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 Ancelotti. I love the man, like awesome man. What he's done, everything. But I understand the perspective, from what is like this much. I still think that they are dickheads and spoiled and greedy and everything that can go there. But they do have a point on uh, Ancelotti not really implementing anything. He's basically letting the players play themselves, just play the game. So a lot of people are thinking, what if we had that, but some extra, someone actually like, giving instructions, like do this, do that, like someone actually like coaching the team,
Yeah,
because we have a manager but not a coach, you know.
yeah,
He's a
yeah,
manager, you know.
yeah.
We
Very true.
I think a lot of people are just asking for a coach. And
Yeah,
that's
that
the big
someone like Javi Alonso then would fit that. Would you
yes,
say?
yes.
Yeah.
Someone that has like a system, even though it's kind of stupid, because we don't really play systems. Before Ancelotti, like when we had
That
Zidane, we played what we call banana football. It was basically like just, but just keep doing this, or just like get it done, inshallah, as they call it.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, a lot of people are asking for a change, because what if, like, look at the players that we have. What if there was someone that can like actually like unlock something in the team,
Mm,
not just be the vibes, and friendship kind of club. So I
yeah.
understand the perspective a little bit, but until Angelotti wants to leave and the team tells him to leave, I don't want him gone.
Fair enough.
No, none of us have the right to tell him to go. Not one of us,
Mm,
because the
exactly.
amount of times he's won and what he's done for this team, he doesn't deserve the disrespect that
Disrespect it is. Yeah.
he's getting.
Yeah.
But I
It's complete.
understand this perspective like this much.
Yeah. No, that's fair
But I
enough.
think his
100%.
son is someone, that is kind of the tactician, of the two. I feel like Carlo is he's the manager, but
Is he son the assistant for you guys, right?
yeah, he's basically like his assistant. That's
He
Davide
didn't coach
Ancelotti.
you against Alaves.
Mm-hmm.
Why,
Yes,
why was that? Ancelotti suspended or
yes, Ancelotti got way too many
suspended?
cards.
There we go.
Which is weird because can you imagine Ancelotti getting a yellow card? But he does,
He
First
does.
he's saying like, "Boom, tama, Andre," Then like yellow card. But he doesn't really say anything. He's not Mourinho or someone.
Yeah, no,
But yeah, Davide is the one that you usually see behind
yeah.
card things like this. But yeah, I think a lot of people are just asking Carlo to coach, not to
Fair
manage.
enough. Yeah, yeah, fair enough. But there we go. That's a preview, guys. Doris, thank you so much as always for taking your time to come on the channel. If you want to just shout out where they can find you before we go as well.
Yeah, YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, all of those things. It's Let's Be Real podcast, the Fan TV channel or something like that. There's many variations. You can put all of them will come to us. It's Let's Be Real. Come and watch the watch-alongs, previews, post-match analysis, anything you want. Real Madrid is there. We also do interviews with fans in front of the stadium. We always ask after every game the fans what they thought about the game. So there's some interesting opinions. If you like that kind of content, you can find it on our channel.
There
And
we
thank you
go.
for inviting me. It's been
It's
a
been a
pleasure.
pleasure. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. And of course, hopefully next season again, if Arsenal, because obviously we know the Champions League, they've got a league phase, so there's a good chance we could face each
Mhm.
other again or in the knockouts again. Then we have to do it again, man, the preview. So yeah,
Absolutely.
may the best team win for the second leg. And yeah, all the best. And thanks for when you watch, guys. Make sure you leave a prediction down below. And as always, come on, you Gunners. We'll see you guys in the next one.